Hey Steve, facing the wrong way. Hey T-Rex, you look like you're ready to go. Are you? 1, 2, 3, and yes! We are out the door here about 8:15 on Tuesday, August 19th. Do you remember where you were 34 years ago today? It was a Monday. August 19th, 1991 was the last time that New England got hit by a hurricane. Direct impact into Narragansett Bay during the afternoon. Here's the weather map from, 6Z, about 2 a.m. And then the storm was moving right along. Hurricanes that hit New England generally go by North Carolina, moving towards the northeast at greater than 30 miles an hour. So until we see a hurricane headed by North Carolina, tight, 30 miles an hour, we're not going to worry about getting hit by a hurricane. That doesn't mean we can't get ramifications from hurricanes that are hundreds of miles offshore, and that is the case over the next couple of days. We break for beautiful roses. We have a mixed sky, very pretty sunrise images coming in this morning. Kit Noble for the Nantucket Current over Nantucket Harbor. Red sky in morning, sailor take warning. This red sky today in New England had nothing to do with Hurricane Erin. It has to do with a warm front that's going to come back at New England with several waves of low pressure. A very challenging forecast on how much rain over the next 48 hours in New England. As this morning, it was a 1028 high centered over Maine and Quebec. And there were a few spots there in northern Maine that did get down to the mid-30s, but I don't think we set any records. The fact that the clouds are coming in kind of kept the temperature up a little bit last night. And we still have a bit of a breeze here in the Boston area. Boston supposedly got down to 59 degrees. I think first time in months Boston's gotten below 60. I'll turn around, look at the flag here. Need new flag, Virginia Flag Company. Here I come. Light breeze from the northeast, and with the high going to our east, the wind's going to come around from the east and even southeast today at not too much speed. Yesterday we did have quite a bit of wind, and first part of the day I was wondering if we'd get a little groundswell to develop just locally for surfers, and I looked at the cams this morning, and nope, not really. Kind of flat there at Cinnamon Rainbows and Hampton Beach. And what about the swell on the south side of New England from Erin? Check warm winds cam from Narragansett, Rhode Island Town Beach. No. So the swell is not here yet. How about Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina? Yeah. That is a hurricane swell has arrived in North Carolina. That's about a head and a half overhead, head high, 10-foot swell, 15-second period. Yeah, experts only. If you're not an expert, here's what's happened. Yesterday, the lifeguards at Wrightsville Beach, more than 50 rip current rescues. So rip currents are going to be ripping up the coast even as the hurricane stays well offshore. You want to start with the hurricane? It weakened fairly dramatically in the last 24 hours. The 8 a.m. advisory has it not even a major hurricane. Still a formidable storm, 110 mile an hour winds, but the central pressure had risen to 958 millibars. And the Hurricane Center says northwesterly shear, some drier air entrained. But the storm is still over a favorable environment and is expected to return to major hurricane status as it travels more than 300 miles to the east of North Carolina, 300 miles west of Bermuda, 300 miles north of Bermuda, 300 miles south of Nantucket. The closest approach, I believe, is going to be about 2 a.m. Friday. And the National Hurricane Center says at that point, tropical storm force winds may extend out 300 miles to the northwest of the center of the storm, which is very close to how far it is from Nantucket. There's the forecast. The distance, I put in the longitude and the latitude. It's just passing 70 degrees west longitude and just south of 40 degrees north latitude. And Google Measure Distance Tool says that's 309 miles. So the tropical storm force winds could be right on the doorstep of Nantucket, and certainly huge waves. Talking about probably about 14-foot breakers coming onto the south side of Nantucket with about a 15-second period here, starting late tomorrow through Thursday into Friday. That's our surf forecast. That's our Erin forecast. And we're gonna look down here. I do not have on my noise canceling microphone, so when I zoom in like this, there's Luce and his team. Concrete's coming in. I have to talk louder. So the pump truck is here. We may have to do some more time lapse. Got a bunch of them from yesterday too. Oh, you know what I did not do? I did not tie up Steve. I mean, I put his leash on, and I didn't get to work in the tomatoes too much yesterday. I did prune those roses again. Steve, oh, he's behaving. Good boy. Yeah, I didn't show the regional roundup this morning, but it was nice and cool and comfortable. And Carl Weller yesterday took a picture of the dew in his grass and thought maybe it was frost, but he didn't go out and check, so we don't know. And then that was yesterday. He said it was 40 or 44 actually. And then today he said it was 48 at Stowe, Vermont, and no frost. There may have been a light frost way up the Canadian border in Maine. All right, Steve's on walkabout here, going back up. I don't have any food in the bird feeder, so can't be entertained by the birds. We're gonna have a lot of more with rabbits and birds later. The forecast, I mentioned that I was going to try and check out the hottest period of the summertime. I went back and did the research, and the hottest period of summertime, 7 days in a row, add them all up and divide by 7, remains that last week of June. And so that forecast was wrong, that I said we might just experience the hottest period of the summer, and that actually happened in June this year. And the forecast looks pretty chill. That is, not too hot. I was going to say chill because there's nothing going on, but there is something going on. And the hardest part of this forecast has nothing to do with Erin. It has to do with the backside of our high pressure system, maybe a little to do with Erin, because like when Ophelia went by in 2005, there was this band of flooding rain way north of the storm. And I think there was a little bit of an association. So there is going to be a band of rain coming at New England. The surface analysis for tomorrow morning shows the warm front to our south. There's actually a couple waves on warm fronts. It doesn't show any heavy rain there. High pressure moving off southeastern Canada, and the wind will come in from the east here and well ahead of Erin. We may have some serious rains tonight and tomorrow. I'm hesitant to show it. Why not? I didn't even really look closely. The NAM over the last 2 days has been showing a possible 2 to 4 inch rainfall from Albany, New York to Boston, but since then I believe it's shifted south. So this is going to be a moving target, this band of rain that's coming in tonight, tomorrow, and getting out of here on Thursday. May cause some flash flooding. Most vulnerable, I think, is New York and Connecticut, maybe Rhode Island, maybe Cape Cod, if it holds together. And so that's going to be a moving target. But there is rain back in the forecast for tomorrow. I've been talking for the last several days how the midweek front this week was one of the hardest parts of the forecast. And another part about the forecast, the Hurricane Center says there's a new wave coming off of Africa. Back to the hurricane for just a second, hurricanes. And so now we're tracking 2 waves coming off Africa. But as you'll see from the Euro in a few minutes, it no longer really intensifies that one in the middle of the Atlantic. Or if it does, it recurves it because it doesn't show up in our Euro model output. Before we get to that Euro model output, I think I'm going to show the Boston meteogram closer to where it may rain, closer to where Erin may have some wind here. Boston meteogram for the next 7 days shows the clouds in here, mostly cloudy today, but dry. Tuesdays are good if you can get them. That's what we've always talked about because Tuesdays this year have had the high pressure systems just about every week, and it's happening again this week, although it's not totally clear. But then the rain and the showers come in on and off tomorrow into early Thursday. The wind is going to come in from the east on the north side of a warm front. Not really much to do with Erin. But then Erin's circulation does play a role as the warm front rains depart allegedly on Thursday, and the sun comes back on Friday, but we have gusty wind from the east and the northeast, and this will be the biggest wave day, and this will be the spectacle at the beach day. I mean, there's going to be waves Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There'll still be waves here on Saturday, and the weekend looks good, huh? With sunshine, kind of cool on Saturday, and then Sunday, the temperature comes back up into the 80s, probably touching 90 inland. Summer is not over, and then on Monday, a next front comes in with downpours, and it looks like we're going to be kind of chilly, and a preview of autumn again next week with raindrops. We're getting a preview of autumn right now, but without the raindrops. And you can see my stash of tomatoes is increasing here. Tomato season was slow, but it's finally going. Yeah, we had a lot of cool periods between those warm periods, didn't we? Watch out, all those birds. The whole tree just filled with birds. Time to run the Euro. Pretty impressive. The Euro a couple weeks ago said to be a hurricane threatening New England this week. Well, it's not threatening New England, but it was close in a global sense. Not bad from 2 weeks out. So our biggest worry is this warm front that's coming through tomorrow with the showers and the downpours and maybe inches of rain, especially in Connecticut, it looks like now. I've been watching this forever, and we're going to still not know the deal until it's done there on Thursday. Now, the hurricane supposedly is deepening back down into the 920 millibar range. That's close to 27.2 inches. The Euro, I think, is alone on turning this back into a major hurricane and having it recurve there, and it's in New England turning windy at the south coast, but high pressure with seasonable temperatures until we stop this map now Friday at 8 a.m. Wow. I mean, we've been stopping the map when the hurricane was supposed to exit for several days in a row, and a couple days ago we stopped that it was a Thursday and at 2 p.m. and now it's Friday at 8 a.m. So the hurricane has slowed down and it has shifted west in its track, but still safe enough that it's only the coastal impacts with the waves, not wind, that makes this storm significant for New England and the East Coast. But quite a spectacle, and good job Euro from a couple weeks out saying this was going to be at least in our corner of the world and existing. And that's the truth. All right, so now let's keep moving that hurricane off, and here's our weekend with high pressure pretty close to us. Thickness is around 564, so inland, away from any onshore breeze, which will be relaxing. We should be in the 80s, 70s at the coast Saturday, and then a run at 90 on Sunday with a front coming at us from the west, a broad trough in central Canada. We're on the east side, the warm side of the trough, with flows from the southwest at most levels of the atmosphere, with the front coming in and slowing down, stalling here, and we may get some appreciable rains. By the looks of things, this has been a fairly consistent signal for next Monday and Tuesday. And that front would be pushing offshore, and we stop it at day 9, which is now August 28th. It's Thursday, August 28th, and the front is just over New England. And where's Fernan? The last couple runs, we had another tropical cyclone off the east coast. I mean, there is a low there in South Carolina, but that has more to do with a front. That's not the wave from Africa. And so where yesterday and the day before, the F storm was supposed to be south of New England. Now there's a high pressure system there, which would mean just kind of warm southwesterly breezes as we head toward Labor Day weekend. And that would be nice. There's still cool air and a little short wave, though, coming across Canada. In Ontario, that's a short wave with some cool air aloft. Those would be instability showers with seasonably mild temperatures in the 70s, if this is right. That's weird that Fernan just disappeared. So I don't want a hurricane. I was on TV for Bob in Rhode Island, so I wasn't really out in it. But then I went to Cape Cod a couple days later. Dad, I didn't live on Cape Cod at that point, were out electricity for 5-6 days. All the trees turned brown because of the salt spray, and there was quite a bit of rain just to the east side over Cape Cod, and then the west side, everyone tells the story about how there was no rain and there were strong winds. It wasn't a major hurricane, but so we're due. We say that every year. We're due. Thankfully, this is not it. So we're going to have a pretty good looking weekend. A lot to cover between now and then. Fascinating sky. Yeah, yesterday everyone sent me pictures of the sky. Brother Kevin sent an image of a sundog. He says all that tree work has been paying off looking over Fallon's Pond. Those would be light waves refracting off of ice crystals up in the cirrus clouds. And we were calling the play-by-play on that here also. Yesterday, we were talking about the big dig and the work right there, and then the sunset with Steve, who magically turned into Mitt during one of the time lapse. So we got Steve and Mitt, and we get a pumper truck. So more time lapse coming today, but here's the and more from yesterday. 9 a.m. Barely started editing some time lapse from yesterday. Rex, what's wrong? The cloud went away. Still very windy from the northeast. Got some instability clouds up there. Oh, Steve's coming over. Steve wants to go up. Guarantee though, he wants to get a rub first though. It's the game we play every day. Oh yeah. All right. Just thinking about it. Now this wind is generating waves, so wind swell, it's chop. But we may get the relaxation of this wind, and it turns into a little bit of a ground swell over the next couple days from the east and northeast. At the same time, we might get that ground swell from Erin from the south. Wind, waves, towboat. Boats are rocking today. Enough that the pets are choosing to lay in the sun instead of the shade. Is he warm enough in the sun? Just barely. But it's always a lot warmer on this side. Just step right out here. It's almost summer still. But the chrysanthemums are getting bigger. Something to say about a work day today. We're just being cozy. That's all. It's a cozy day. Yeah. We're wearing our fall coats. It's in the 60s inside the house now. Long sleeves and long pants down the beach. All I have to do is come over here and stand here, and T-Rex thinks maybe he's going out. Maybe if I put on a jacket. Yeah, this is nice. It's like a different world out in the front yard. I asked T-Rex if you want to go for a walk. He says, no, we're all good. You just sit here. Do you have your sunscreen on? Sunburn factor all of a sudden a 10 out of 10. 140. The whitecaps have gone away. Still breezy. 63 degrees? For real? Wow. I think it's the coolest sunny day we've had in months. We've got some gravel coming in on the concourse on the inland side of the big dig. The forms guys are going. Ferries going by. We're making time lapse again. By popular demand. Closer up. What a better angle. What position. Time out. Shut off by itself. It doesn't like working in the heat. This didn't happen before. What happened? Oh well. So there's a little sample. What they're doing there. And the forms guys right here. Appreciate it, you guys. Sorry I couldn't make a better time lapse. Hey kids, you know what time it is? It's time for Live at 5. You want to both come out? Look at this. It's a completely nicer day. Look at Mitt charging out the door before Steve. So we did make just about 70, although I gotta admit the sun's hitting the thermometer, but it's so much nicer now. Photobombed by birds. There's a wider view. And it's a much lighter wind now from the east as the high pressure goes to our north. Get some sediment in the water. The incoming tide. And the high, thin cirrus is a sign of the warmer air trying to come right back in. And boy, is the guidance all over the map with what's going to happen with a warm front well north of Erin in a couple of days. The NAM came in with inches of rain, while most of the other guidance was much drier, but I think the HRRR is coming around now. So what did I say this morning? Did I say watch out for a predecessor rain event on Wednesday? Hey, where's Steve? Where's Mitt? Mitt, over here. Yeah, we've been doing more mowing. Mitt, this way. Waddle, waddle, waddle. The bird's got his attention. You just stay right there, Mitt. Look at that bird. So I was up working in the office, and a bird smashed right into the window because you can see through the house. Felt so bad, but he bounced and he went back. There he is right there. There. Yeah, Mitt, you blend. All right, I think we're live at 5 now. Oh, me too. So I didn't even get a copyright for Steven Tyler singing Ragdoll during the downpour yesterday. The always chill Mitt by popular demand. There's a rabbit right over there, Mitt. You want to go get it? I get rabbits and birds. The rabbit just scared the birds. It's fun. Chris, I don't know what you put in those feeders, but it's magic. All right, Mitt, we gotta go the other way. Let's go to Mitt's patio. Come on, let's go. Don't make me run. All right, order has been restored. Steve is at Steve's rock. Mitt is on Mitt's patio. And I'm gonna continue to tie up these tomatoes. So I couldn't even see the ground in there yesterday. It just takes so long. So I'm about 80% done with finding the main stems and bringing them up. I think the birdies, except the bunny, is one of them. Steve, what do you see? You see a lot of things down there that we don't see, do you? Don't you? Can you look at the camera? Coincidentally, I just got a text from Dave, my neighbor in South Dennis. Remember that 3-eared bunny we talked about a couple months ago? He says, apparently it's a girl. He says, I think the bunnies are multiplying. You don't say. They certainly are. That's what bunnies do. I think our bunnies have 2 ears, but maybe a bunch of feathers. Nope, never bored. Never bored. Always stuff to watch. Oh, both cats are on a move. What's going on, cats? Hard to see in the solar glare. Where are you going, Mitt? Not far. Great texture, 6:48 p.m. Air is almost calm right here. Still a breeze from the southeast, kind of blocked by the hill. It's pretty close to piano music time, isn't it? It's gorgeous Monday evening. T-Rex the dog is in the house, but look to the right of the sun. It's called a sun dog. Refraction of sunlight off of ice crystals. High up in the sky. 6-sided ice crystals. Looks like a rainbow. No rain. It's actually ice. Old School. That's actually the name of a canoe company, isn't it? Just thought of that. But when I say old school is because you don't see canoes that often anymore. Happy to see a canoe club going by with a Maine Coon cat on guard. So I think I'm just gonna take advantage of this and play it out with some canoers going off into the sunset. Of course, with Captain Spacetime at the piano. Weymouth went cold and gray and windy to bright, brisk, breezy to almost calm sunset, making for a chilly night. I didn't plan to align that stake with the setting sun in those canoes, but it just happened. So I'm gonna pan left a little bit. Let's see what happened on Bass River. Did the sun come out? I actually don't know, but my feeling is yes. We got more rain in Weymouth than you got in Dennis. Beware of midweek front. Unpredictable weather advisory in effect. And now I will just let this play out with sort of the setting sun and keep the music going. See if we can't get Steve frolicking.